On the news tonight, Governor Obiano reassures on completion of Shanahan Catholic University internal roads. Anambra government inaugurates task force on immunization. Ohaneze Igbo urges mothers to promote use of Igbo language. Welcome to the news. I am Ifi Aron. Now the detail. Governor Willie Obiano has restated the state government's commitment to completing the ongoing construction of the 5.7-kilometer Shanahan Catholic University internal roads. The university is an upcoming university located within Trans Nkisi Estate Phase 2, 33 in Kwele Zunanka. Government House correspondent Ejika Bana filed the report taken from our studio.
The governor was accompanied to the site by the Chief of Staff, Chief Primus Odele, Commissioner for Works, Engineer Marcel Ifejiofo, traditional rulers, among others. Taking a tour of the internal roads, Governor Obiano, who inspected gully erosion site ravaging a portion of the road, directed the Commissioner for Works to capture it as a different contract to allow the contractor handling the project to concentrate on the initial contract. He expressed optimism that the roads will be completed to enable the university take off in earnest.
So far, I can see that work is progressing. I think I'm impressed with what I've seen so far. God's grace, we'll get it done so that the university can take off.
The Commissioner for Works, Engineer Ifejiofo, explained that the contract covers from the entrance to other internal roads and call for cooperation from people of the area to deliver the work on schedule.
They are happy that we are working here, and I want to assure them that this job will be completed as scheduled. But the only thing we are asking that we need your cooperation, so that our contractors, our workers, will work in peace. Once you give them that cooperation, I assure you that with the support of His Excellency, this job will be delivered as scheduled.
The contractor handling the project, Mr. Breko, in his remarks, confirmed that they didn't have difficulty executing the contract and promised to deliver on schedule and according to specification.
I'd like to say I didn't disappoint you. I promised about good job. I will deliver that job.
The Onitsha Archdiocesan Chancellor, Very Reverend Father Prudentius Aro, among other priests, came out to receive the governor's entourage and commended him for embarking on the project.
Anambra State Government has inaugurated a state task force on immunization, STFI, to enforce compliance with immunization activities and maintain the polio-free status of the state. The inauguration of the committee is in line with the federal government directive as a way of making the fight against poliomyelitis more active. It would be recalled that President Muhammadu Buhari earlier this year inaugurated the Presidential Task Force on Polio Eradication at Abuja with Governor Willie Obiano as a member. Correspondent Emmanuel Okonkwo reports.
The 26-man committee, which has the state's Deputy Governor, Dr. Nkemo Okeke, as its chairman, and the Executive Secretary, Anambra State Primary Health Care Development Agency, Dr. Chiomeze Nimoro, as the Secretary, has the Commissioners for Local Government Affairs and Ministry of Health, Local Government Chairman, Anambra State Traditional Rulers Council, Obi Nnemeka Achebe, and Permanent Secretary, Ministry of Health, as members. Representatives of World Health Organization, UNICEF, National Orientation Agency, faith-based organizations, the media, immunization partner agencies in the state, and representative of security agencies are also members of the committee. Inaugurating the group, Governor Willie Obiano, represented by his deputy, Dr. Nkemo Okeke, while describing polio as one of the deadly diseases his administration will not allow into the state, said that his government will do the needful in providing all necessary support to the committee to ensure their proactiveness in the fight against the infectious disease caused by the polio virus. Governor Obiano, however, charged members of the committee to endeavor to play their own part as expected in order to help in fast-tracking the certification of Nigeria as a polio-free nation.
I don't want to be the deputy governor of Anambra State, and Anambra turns out to be the state that held the whole Africa continent, backwards. I don't want that to be on my record at all. I really don't. So let's put our heads together and see what we can do to make it work.
Earlier in a presentation, the secretary of the committee, Dr. Ezenimulu, enumerated some of the responsibilities of the members, which include development of work plans and budgets for improved state polio immunization and monitoring activities, among others. Dr. Ezenimulu said that Anambra State came first in the last year's immunization exercise and has not recorded any case of polio in the last 13 years.
The state has always keyed in to national programs, the National Immunization Plus Days, the MSCH weeks, and what have you, the measles vaccination campaign, the menafric, meningitis, and all this we have been doing to make sure Anambra State remains polio-free and disease-free.
On his part, a representative of the World Health Organization and state coordinator of WHO, Dr. Chukwumuanya Igboekwu, represented by Dr. Edward Okeke, while rating Nigeria high in the fight against polio, disclosed that independent group of experts, the Africa Regional Certification Committee, ARCC, will be visiting Nigeria next month for examination of the country's documentation on polio-free status for certification. From the government house in Oka, I am Emmanuel Okonkwo, reporting for ABS News.
Now, churches have been urged to keep sign language interpreters during services so as to accommodate those with speech and hearing impairments. Senior Special Assistant to the Governor on Disability Matters, Mr. Chukwuka Ezewuzie, made the appeal in Oka during a church service to commemorate the 10th anniversary of the Deaf Christian Assembly at the church. Correspondent Valentine Mbadua was there for the ABS and reports.
Mr. Ezewuzie, who was the guest preacher at the service, regretted the discrimination by some churches against persons with speech and hearing impairment, as they do not hear nor understand the mode of communication. He said that with the presence of sign language interpreters in churches, the deaf and dumb will be carried along. Speaking on the topic, "We are not mute," Mr. Ezewuzie, who took his text from Genesis chapter 1, verses 26 and 27, re-echoed that God created all man in his own image and likeness. Therefore, no man created by God should be identified as a mute person, and called on the public to always associate with people living with disabilities to give them sense of belonging. Mr. Ezewuzie urged those living with speech and hearing challenges to see themselves as dedicated and faithful group of people.
You know that the deaf person in the village does not understand American Sign Language. So they will not understand what the sign language interpreters are saying. Here comes Amobi. They will now use local signs to tell the village man or woman who did not go to school and who is deaf what the message is all about.
The Special Assistant to the Governor on Sign Language Communication, Mr. Collins Joseph, interpreted the sermon to the speech and hearing impaired persons at the event using sign language.
Persons with disability in Anambra State. That's why he signed into law the Disability Rights Bill. Being the only state now in the southeast, the only state in the southeast to have that law.
Among those that attended the service were the President, Association of the Deaf, Anambra State Chapter, Honorable Amobi Chukwu Nwagu, as well as a pastor from Third Day Mission, Apostle Chukwuemeka Chukwujeku. The Deaf Christian Assembly is a congregation of persons with speech and hearing impairment established to ensure that gospel of Jesus Christ gets to everyone in the society. The climax of the event was presentation of awards to some dignitaries. In Oka, I am Valentine Mbadoga, reporting for ABS News.
You're still watching Evening News on ABS Television. We'll take a quick break. Stay tuned.
In all the cities and all the streets,
in all the places where people meet. From Niger to yonder, we got you talking. You are the one that's falling to keep you talking. Yeah, talking. We got people talking. Talking. We've got people talking. Dressing from east to the west to the south. Everywhere they cover, they know be mouth.
With 5 times bonus to call all networks on every recharge, we get you talking.
Keep talking.
Glow Unlimited.
Ronaldo na the highest goal. Ronaldo na the highest goal. Ronaldo na the highest scorer for champion. Me on the second. If you check with like if you look at it like this.
You're welcome back to Evening News on ABS Television. Moving on now, stakeholders at Ohaneze Ndigbo Women Wing Interactive Forum in Awka have urged mothers to insist on use of Igbo language in their various homes. The stakeholders said this would encourage children to take pride in their mother tongue and protect Igbo language from going into extinction as predicted by the United Nations. Paul Ezoke has details.
Addressing the forum, the state president of Ohaneze Ndigbo, Chief Damian Okeke Ogene, said women have fundamental role to play in the collective efforts that achieve the Igbo agenda. Chief Okeke Ogene urged them to uphold exemplary conduct and maintain proper dressing code that reflect their status as wives and mothers, noting that indecent dressing by parents impact negatively on children and contribute to poor parenting and ease sad consequences. He also stressed the need to nourish the children more with natural Igbo food to ensure healthy physical and mental growth and reduce increasing health challenges prevalent in the society, and disclosed that Ohaneze Ndigbo will soon celebrate Women of Substance in the state to showcase to the world the potential of Igbo women. The Ohaneze president calls for regular interaction among the stakeholders for exchange of ideas and collective decision on issues of common interest.
9% even ever looks like a mother, and you'll be respected outside. Not when you want to imitate the white and imitate the Yoruba, imitate the Hausa, you go half naked. The moral we are talking about in the family is lost out.
Earlier, the state woman leader of Ohaneze Ndigbo, Lady Rose, reminded mothers that language remains important cultural identity of people, noting that speaking Igbo to children would enable them understand and appreciate their cultural heritage, which will further enrich their intellectual potential and self-esteem. In her remarks, the state president of National Council of Women Societies, Mrs. Obegeli Obdozie, called for sustained efforts to build brighter future for Ndigbo. In their separate speeches, a former commissioner for economic planning and budget, Professor Stella Okonna, and former commissioner for women affairs, Dr. Ego Zeze, called on stakeholders to use the coming August meeting to give more orientation to mothers on their family responsibilities and need to inculcate right values and morals in children, while urging leaders to give women stronger presence and voice in socio-economic and political affairs. Also present at the interactive section were the national youth leader of Ohaneze Ndigbo, Mr. Arthur Obiora, the state youth leader, Mr. Chukwuma Obaleziukwu, and the president, Igbo Women Traders Association, Anambra State, Mrs. Chinwe Ezigwe. In Awka, Paul Ezoke, ABS News.
Police operatives have arrested 6 suspected armed robbers and recovered firearms and ammunition. A statement signed by the State Police Public Relations Officer SP Haruna Mohammed said 37 suspected cultists were also arrested following intensive raids on their hideouts. We have details.
Puff other operatives in conjunction with patrol team attached to Fege Division arrested at Opiweke Onitsha one Ifeanyi Njoke of Awo in Delta State, who allegedly belonged to the notorious one-chance robbery syndicate terrorizing innocent citizens at Opiweke and dispossessing them of their valuables. It stated that exhibits recovered from the suspect include one locally made double-barrel pistol with 2 rounds of live ammunition, and that the case is under investigation, after which suspects will be charged to court for prosecution. The statement also disclosed that following a tip-off, Puff other operatives in conjunction with the Command Special Anti-Robbery Squad (SARS) arrested some suspected armed robbery syndicate, including Izuchukwu Ikwuabo, aged 35 years, Chidi Ihukuna, aka Legit, aged 34 years, Nonson Nadozie, aka Small, aged 34 years, Chibueze George, aka Dove, aged 28 years, and Paul Ngweche, aka Native Doctor, aged 26 years. It explained that the suspects were arrested in their hideouts within Okejamwidi, Imo State, and Imuhu, Enugu States, respectively, and have confessed to have participated in series of armed robbery and kidnapping incidents within Anambra State, while exhibits recovered from the suspects include 12 rounds of 9mm ammunition and 3 ATM cards belonging to different victims of their robbery attacks. The statement said the case is under investigation, after which suspects will be brought to justice.
And that's it on Evening News. Do remember that you can follow news and programs on ABS from any part of the world by liking our Facebook page at ABS Radio Television. Subscribe to our YouTube at youtube.com/ABS Radio TV Online. Follow us on Twitter and Instagram at ABS Radio TV. You can also log on to our website, that's www.absradiotv.com. And now the main point again. Governor Obiano has reassured on completion of Shanahan Catholic University internal roads. Anambra government has inaugurated task force on immunization. Ohaneze Ndigbo has urged mothers to promote use of Igbo language. And that's the news edited by Paul Ezoke and the production team. I am Ifi Aaron. Thanks for watching. Good night.